Are you tired of pay-to-win cars? Are you a broke little kid who doesn't want to steal your mom's credit card? Well, no worries, because I will give Robux to a random subscriber. Just comment your username with I subscribe. Anyways, let's begin. First, I will show you how to get the Redline 300. This is pretty complicated, so follow along. First, you will need to remember to take 2 gas cans. I will show you why that's important soon. Anyway, drive to 5800. When you are here, you should see a garage with a car hood and a wheel. Go ahead and put those on your car real quick, as they will be important for later. Now, drive to 7000. You should see a garage with the Redline 300 in it. Go ahead and place your engine, radiator, and the 2 spare parts, as well as all the parts from the garage onto the car. You will need to also take off one of your original car's wheels for this new car. Now fill it up with your additional gas can. Also note that this car is very, very light and slips a lot, so pay attention when driving. Last thing you need to do now is drive on over to the scrapyard. It is at 7,800 meters. Once you're here, you need to look for a door, the trunk, as well as the final wheel. They should be scattered about the scrapyard. Lastly, just bring those over to your car. And you should get a badge. And boom, it is yours now. Now let's test out the Redline 300. The car body is noticeably lighter than all other cars, but acceleration is pretty good. Top speed is at around 250 kilometers per hour, and it also can drift, which is pretty cool. But watch out for sandstorms, because the sandstorm can actually send the car off the map since it is so light. Other than that, it is a very good car with good fluid consumption. I would say 7 out of 10. Next, we will look at the Juno car. For this, you will need to stop at 2,500, 4,500, and 8,500 meters to collect tablets. After you've done this, head over to 12,000 meters where the upload center is. When you're here, head on over to this tent and upload your tablets. After this, you will need to defend some swarms. I recommend staying at a corner so you don't get surrounded. A melee weapon is best for this because it doesn't need bullets, but if you have a minigun, that would be better. There are 3 swarms, and after you defeat all of them, you will get the badge. Like the Redline 300, this car is very, very light, capable of being swept away by the wind. But still, it has a decent acceleration despite being very slippery. It reaches a top speed of 170 kilometers per hour pretty quickly, but is stuck at this speed. Gas and water consumption is pretty good, but it drinks a lot of oil. Overall, a 5 out of 10, wouldn't really recommend. Now, let's look at the tractor. This is quite simple. First, drive in the plains until you see this farmer guy. After you talk to him, head over to 7,500 meters. Here, you will need to fight a farmer boss. Unless you have a shotgun or a minigun or any good weapon, you won't really stand a chance. He deals a ton of damage, but has fairly low health. There isn't really a trick to defeating this boss. I just spam minigun and it works usually. After this, he will drop a golden egg, and you can take this egg back to the farmer guy. When you talk to him, he will give you the tractor, and you can find it in your garage. Let's test out the tractor. It is a very tall car, so it can flip over quite easily. It has pretty mediocre acceleration and hits a top speed of 260 kilometers per hour. Gas and oil consumption is decent, but it drinks a lot of water. This car actually can be very fast, however. If you put all the parts onto the default van, it can hit incredible speeds. I was able to push it to around 300 kilometers per hour before I crashed. But beware, it will use a lot of fluids this way. It would be a 4 out of 10. However, its ability to enhance the van makes it a 7 out of 10. Finally, we have the Desert Traveler. This is quite simple as well. First, drive to 8,000 meters. Here, you will find a salon in which you will need to kill a boss. I recommend sniping the smaller mutants first if you don't have a good gun, but otherwise you can probably kill him pretty quick. The Desert Traveler is quite slow. It goes about 160 kilometers per hour and drinks more fluids than any other car on this list, which is why I will be giving it a 3 out of 10. It is barely a step up from the default cars. Out of these 4 cars, I would rank Tractor as my go-to car. The base is pretty weak, but with some wheel combinations and a simple engine swap with the van, it is on par with some of the best supercars. The Juno is the best for beginners, however. All other cars require you to defeat a boss with a large health pool, but defeating swarms of mutants is arguably easier. It will require more time, but I think it is worth it. Defeating some of the bosses can be quite a challenge, so I recommend you get a somewhat strong gun such as the bubblegum gun or even a vampire dagger beforehand. You can find these in abundance at 3,000 meters in the desert. Before we end today's video, I would like to thank you guys for getting me to 7,700 subscribers. Let's see if we can hit 8,000 before 2025. Thank you all for watching and have a blessed day.